Hey guys, it's HarleyWood. Welcome back. Today we're going to focus on a product from Mantis. Now behind me there in the AR is the Blackbeard, all right? It is a laser fire training system, all right? And I'm also later in the next couple weeks going to be giving away the Laser Academy.
It's in the box! What's in the box?
So hit a subscribe down below. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you can be aware when that giveaway goes live. Now the review of the Blackbeard will be coming in a few weeks, but today we're gonna focus on this guy here. This is their X10 system. Now this firearm is unloaded, okay? What this little guy does here is it integrates with an app on your smartphone, and there are a bunch of different activities, several of which we'll go through today, that it can measure, all right? So in terms of your trigger break, in terms of your draw stroke, it measures all kinds of, it measures even the follow through on your trigger break, all right? It's pretty impressive what they've built into this. It's pretty in depth. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. So we're gonna quickly go through, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 of the activities that it does and just give you the highlights. All right, there's kind of your close up. You can see it charges via micro USB on the back there. There's a little tang on the front here. You simply pull that down, slide it onto the rail, and make sure that it locks into the groove. Push and hold the button until the light starts to blink. And then in the Mantis app, just hit connect. That simple. It connects via Bluetooth and you're ready to go. Look at all of these different things that it has. Open training, shot timer, Mantis X Benchmark, which is the one I was just playing with and it's probably one of my favorites, timed benchmark, compressed surprise break. There's a lot of fun things. Let's go through a few of them. All right, first up, open training. All right, and then it gives you your scores and shows you your dominant movement, okay? So you can see I'm tending to move to the left when I shoot, all right? My score was an average of 91.4. Now the blue part of the bar graph there is your hold, all right? So it's how steady you hold the firearm. The yellow is how much you may move the firearm during the actual trigger press sequence. All right, up next, shot timer. So shot timer is exactly what it says it is. It tells you how long it takes you to break the shot when the buzzer goes off, and it also shows you your hold and your trigger press movement. And now Mantis X Benchmark. And for this 10th one, I'm gonna place the gun stationary on the table and break the shot and show you how the bar chart is different when the gun is basically static. All right, so there you see my scores, and look how much better it is when I rested the gun statically on the workbench, 99.8. I'll tell you this, I've never considered myself a fantastic shooter, but when I first started playing with this thing, I was getting in the mid to high 70s. And I was like, oh, hell no. And so I started taking it as a competition against this thing. And I was like, no. My shots are better than that. And I guess they really weren't. I'm now regularly in the low 90s and I can feel the difference, man. When I'm out there, I bet you if you go back and watch that footage again, you'll see my head shake on shot 5, all right? It was very subtle. I felt my trigger press was just a little bit sloppy, and when the shot broke, I knew it wasn't great, and if you watched carefully, you saw that head shake. And sure enough, it was my lowest score of the group, 88.2. All right, up next is timed benchmark. Now, keep in mind, this is applicable to dry fire or live fire, okay? And some of these really come to life with live fire, so you don't have to manually manipulate the slide every time, but we're gonna go ahead and do this dry fire. not a fantastic score, but considering this was dry fire, I had to manipulate the slide every time manually. So it took me 12.8 seconds and my score was 79.8 or 79.9. If I was doing this live fire, my total time would be much less because the slide reciprocates itself. Up next, compressed surprise brake. I like this one. Sloppy. Ooh, quick. Not my best. 78.7 and 0.22 seconds was my average brake time. Again, now that one, I don't want to call it more stressful, but when you're waiting for that timer to go off, your anticipation is so much more extreme. And so I think that's really contributing to my lower scores, but you probably caught it again on shot 2. I had a head shake again because I felt it was a crappy shot, and sure enough, 64.4. Up next, primary hand only and support hand only. They're basically the same thing. It's one-handed, all right? So either primary or support hand. I'm just gonna do support hand to show you how drastically worse my scores are shooting one-handed with just the support side. Mm. .4. That's actually not bad. When I first started doing this, I was in the high 60s on support hand only. Look at the two that are in the 40s, just a lot of movement during that trigger press. Now notice the settings at the beginning of each of these, all right? It's dry or live fire. It's right-handed, because in this case, when I first set this up, I told the app that I was right-handed, so this is primary hand. It knows it's my right hand, but in all the other ones you can switch it. And then it also has a spot where you can tell it the orientation of the device on the firearm. And every one of these has detailed instructions, so you can kind of understand what you're getting into before you start, as well as an instructional video, so you can actually watch somebody else do it to know exactly what you're about to do. Let's go back and do compressed surprise brake, but with live fire. Now you can also mount it to the pick rail on a rifle, all right? Or you could use this provided clamp and mount it to the barrel or the magazine tube on a shotgun. And then at the bottom of the app, under the train section, you'll see all of these different courses. And basically what it'll do is it puts together a composition of various challenges, and you have to complete them in order, and it ranks you on them. And then you can always view your history here, but the other cool part is this groups section. So if you guys have this, join me. I'm HarleyWood on here, and you can add other friends and you can compete against them. So you guys can compare scores and talk about who's the better shooter. All right, so that was the 30,000 foot view of the X10 from Mantis. Super cool product. Again, when I first got it and I saw some of the scores, I was like, no way, dude. I'm a much better shooter than that. And I guess not. I'm just an average guy, and I guess sometimes we think we're better than we are, but it really helps pull back the covers on some of your deficiencies. And like I said, I was in the high 70s, sometimes mid 70s when I first started this thing. Now I'm regularly in the low 90s. So hopefully that translates to live fire on the course. And that's it for the X10. Now, as I mentioned, I'm gonna be giving away this Laser Academy system here from them, and I will also be reviewing the Blackbeard in the upcoming weeks. So make sure you are subscribed, all right? I've done a little, I haven't played with the Blackbeard near as much as I've played with this thing, so I've still got some work to do on that. It has these custom targets that you have to use. It actually shoots a laser down the bore, and the phone and the app on the camera can actually see where the laser hits on the target and measure certain things. So it's a really cool system. I need more time with it before I can accurately present it to you guys. More to come on that. But anyway, make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna put a link in the description below if you're interested in checking out this X10 system. Let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? Lots more videos to come. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one.